Welcome back to Play Sports. Sorry, I had a technical error. Nyana. So as things stands, we talking about. I'm having Mesh actually on the line as things stands over here. He wanted to explain and give you these two lineups as you can see on the screen there. As you know, Kaizer Chiefs, they actually suffered some injuries. So approaching Soweto Derby, Mesh has some idea where he thinks things are gonna be possible, maybe happening like this. Hey Mesh, how are you, bro? I'm good, bro. I hope the network is good on your side.
Yeah, no, everything is good, man. By God's grace.
Okay, that's great. So, man, I have your lineups here, information. They are actually
Yeah,
two of them. The first one where you playing. Let me just give you a hint so that you can go ahead and explain one by one. We have the lineup. The first one where there is Chivaviro there and Shabalala on the left wing, and actually Sirino on the right wing.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, that's just the back four. I think the whole purpose of that one is that we also try and be a little bit more attacking, a little bit more flexible moving forward. Because the problem is that Chiefs has done well when they play four at the back. However, they also concede when they play four at the back.
Mm-hmm.
you know there's a lot of conceding and all of that, so playing against a team like Pirates, it can be very difficult to maintain how you play, and they can force you to change how you're supposed to play, and you play in a more conservative way, you play in a more in more informal terms, you can park the bus, against a team like Pirates, because like Puti Mohafe said on Metro FM. He said that between Sundowns and Pirates, it's very easy to play against Sundowns, because Sundowns doesn't shape shift. They maintain the way they play throughout the 90 minutes. That's why you can maintain that 1-0 lead. But as for Pirates, it's a little bit difficult because they shape shift.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to do here by having the 4-2-3-1 formation,
Uh-huh.
where we have the back four of Cross, Dudley, Miguel, and Blom.
Mm-hmm.
That gives us stability at the back with a stable back line. And then Tetwan Matlou, the reason why he's there is for creativity in the middle of the park. And then Zwane donning the number 10 role. Zwane playing number 10. It's also giving us a little bit of more, power in the middle field, where you've got players that can hold on to the ball. Matlou doesn't lose the ball easily. Zwane doesn't lose the ball easily unless maybe he's passing. And obviously Mtetwa, has been very stable. And then the front three of Shabalala, Chivaviro, and Sirino, it has nothing to do with anything other than that is our best attack right now with the situation we're in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, then, what about the boy Vilagazi? Are you gonna play him second half?
Yes, you must know that Vilagazi can come on for Sirino, Vilagazi can come on for Shabalala. If allowed, he can also come on for Zwane at number 10, or Shabalala can be moved to number 10, and then Vilagazi takes up one of the winger position. And
Okay.
also, everybody can come in. We've got the position of Matlou. Kaila can be introduced later in the second half
Mm-hmm.
for Matlou. And you also have who's this Cross. Mashiane can come in for him. You've got Blom. Frostler can come in for him. Towards the end, maybe if Matlo also is substituted, and then Blom is moved to the middle of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Frostler is substituted. There's a lot of options. You can do a lot with the squad. It's just that sometimes when we go through these formations and these starting lineups, people are looking for a Bedway setup. There is no Bedway setup. We're just discussing the Bedway Premiership and the possible lineups each coach can put on. Specifically for this one, or well, on my end, always looking at Kaizer Chiefs. So this is a good lineup for Chiefs. It gives them creativity up front, because I can tell you this right now. I believe that Mart is going to play.
You believe Mart is going to play?
Yeah, I think Mart is going to play.
Okay, bro. So going to explain that 3-4-3 formation.
So now with the 3-4-3, what we're trying to do is we're trying to load the defense at the same time, trying to be strong on the width. One thing about Pirates is that they like to play a high line. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only time they utilize the width, when they're playing the high line. So usually the people that have the ball on the width is usually their fullbacks, some of their midfielders integrating. But then when they get to the final third, they like to move the ball in near the arc of the penalty area. They like to move that ball where the number 10 would be a hold of the ball. And they move that ball before, the attacking winger or the attacking player gets to the corner flag,
Mm-hmm.
right? They move that ball immediately there. So what that does is that it makes it a little bit difficult, because it's like the attack is beginning again. And when the attack is beginning, they are now finding you with just to beat, or the midfield and the back line to beat. And they can find you in very uncompromising positions. They can find you in very vulnerable positions. That's why you've got Mbata with the long ranges. They've got a speciality in terms of long ranges. They've got a speciality in Dlamini in terms of free kicks. They've got a speciality in someone who can chow defense in Mufukeng. All these players have specialities that they possess, and they have everybody. They've got Mahopa, they've got Mabasu. Again, both players specialize in whatever formation or whatever approach that Pirates plays. So Pirates were very afraid of Pirates when we are looking at the attack. But in terms of the defense, we're not afraid of Pirates. And this is where the 3-4-3 formation comes in. What the 3-4-3 formation does is that it keeps the players active, the defensive players, which will be the wing backs. It keeps them active. But then Pirates, when it comes to defense, their defense is solid because they're getting good results, but their defense is not solid because it's a good defense. They also make certain mistakes. They also make poor mistakes. They also concede, maybe not as much as we do, but they also concede. So what the 3-4-3 formation does is that we're trying to be more attacking, and we're using our wing backs to get the width. And then we are pushing Sirino, we're pushing Shabalala, we're pushing them all up. We don't want them to track back. We want them to have the ball closer to the goals, right? And now we're using 7 players of the starting 11 in Mashiane Mthethwa, Matlou Ocele if he begins, and Blom, Dotli Miguel and Frosler. So what we do is we are taking Mashiane, giving him space to work up front. Beside him, he'll have Mthethwa. Behind him, he'll have Dotli. So if he makes a mistake, he will be supported by Mthethwa and Dotli. But also, he's trying to give the ball to Sirino, Chivaviro, and Shabalala, which are great players in terms of finishing play. And then on the right side, we have Blom also playing as a wing back. And then we have Frosler behind him and Matlou Ocele beside him, right? And I believe that Mart is going to play in this derby. I don't know. I just think he's going to start. I don't know if it's contractual situations or what, but these are the preferred players that we have here. So
Mm-hmm.
Blom, when he pushes up, Blom offers more attacking, even though he's defensive than Frosler. Frosler was good in the previous seasons in terms of crossing the ball, passing, all of these things. But now a lot of that has gone out of his game, and now we're finding positions where Frosler, doesn't have a finished product. He's good in terms of defense. He's good in terms of resting, at the back. He's good in terms of moving the ball forward. But now, when it's time to cross, when it's time to deliver that ball inside, unfortunately, that has been away from his game for quite a while now. That's why we're allowing Blom to be in front of him and then Frosler behind him to clean up the mess if Blom makes any mess. But again, Blom is trying to find Shabalala. Blom is also trying to find Chivaviro. And the center back pairing of Mthethwa and Matlou, we are just looking at the last 2 games that the team played. The last 2 games, it was Matlou and Mthethwa. And we saw very, very good creative work from Matlou, which allows Mthethwa to excel even further at his role, compared to Mart, where Mart, when he gets the ball, he takes the ball, he takes it backward. That makes the work from Mthethwa even more harder. the work becomes harder for Mteto because the ball is not moving forward. He's winning the balls, he's doing the slide tackles, but the ball is not moving forward. So there's so much pressure because he needs to come up with ideas because the defense is having the ball most of the time. So in this case, we're trying to eliminate the fear of playing at the back by infusing more defenders, having 5 defenders and 2 midfielders. This allows us to play a little bit of positional play, but also not to be afraid to launch the ball forward because you've got supporting wingers up front and wing backs behind them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey. I think what you say, especially on the last lineup, what I just like is that you talked about Orlando Pirates defending on a high line, and you're not scared. You're not as scared of them when actually they are defending, but when they are attacking, man, you makes a lot of sense over there. I like how you breaking down everything, Mr. Mesh. And to be honest with you, I also see Matt starting tomorrow. I'm not even doubting that. You understand, as you said. So Mesh, I think this is it. We don't have to be to let this video too long. Some people want to rewatch it. Thank you very much for appearing on PlaySport, man. I really appreciate your analysis and your lineups. Guys, you can also create your own lineup on the comment section. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much, Mr. Mesh.
Thank you, Mullah. Thank you, my brother.